I'm definitely grateful that Rexel put us onto you, Stefan, because it's been a really good process. From start to now, I can only see good things coming from it.
So we are CNR Allspark Electrical, and we are based in Adelaide, and we have a team of 6 direct staff, and we also have some subcontractors that work with us as well, so we can scale up and down a little bit when we've got some bigger jobs on. So that's kind of a background for us. We've been doing it for 6 years. We did have a workshop pre-COVID, but we got rid of that in order to cut some overheads and compete in the domestic market. As you said, Sarah, lots of people were doing stuff around home. So to be able to compete in the domestic market, we have done a lot more mums and dads just recently for that reason, which has been good. But probably the share for us, or the lesson that I've personally taken out of this year, is probably development for our team, because we had one really star player that Richie invested a lot of time into developing. So it left some of our other boys the skill share wasn't there. So that's something that we've worked on a lot, and Richie has really worked on over the last 6 months, so that come January next year, we can hit the ground running. We've got skill shares across electrical, air conditioning, solar. We know where all of our boys' strengths and weaknesses are, and that way, when we get the marketing turned on next year, we're not you're only as fast as your slowest player. So that's kind of been our focus to wrap up this year, so that next year we're confident when we turn on the Go Glads.
Obviously, the same as everyone, I am grateful that the year is over, but I also took a lot out of the year. I learned a lot this year. I learned that obviously what we are doing works, number one, and we've been doing it 6 years. So to go through something and still have a business at the end of it. I mean, when COVID first came in, I wasn't sure if we were going to have a business. We owed a lot of money, and we had to cut our overheads right down. But to come out on the tail end of it, we bought 2 vans, we put more staff on, and we've been the busiest that we've ever been. So to know that what we do works is quite rewarding for me. But we had to invest time into training, because there's only so many hours in a day that I can work, and I had to rely on my guys. So we had to invest time back into that. So this year we really learnt a lot. And yeah, it might have been a bad year, but in the sense of a lot of things with COVID and losing a workshop and that, but what we took out of it has just been incredible.
Richard and Carol, what has been the biggest learning for you guys this year in your business, and what are you most proud of?
The biggest learning curve personally for me is being able to let go and understand that I don't need to do everything, because I do everything most of the time, and just understanding that the work always comes in. We don't generally measure. We've only just started this, and we're looking at the cash flow summary. So it is something that I do, but not so in depth, and something was always sort of done on a calculated gut feeling. But to have this put in front of me it just has opened up so much. If I want to put someone on, I know exactly where everything is. We roughly knew where it was before, but this is going to be massive for us. So I'm definitely grateful that Rexel put us onto you, Stefan, because it's been a really good process. From start to now, I can only see good things coming from it.
Carol, what did you like best?
Specifically from this, I took out that the most important thing about marketing is developing your people, because they are our brand. They are who the customers see. Josh, who's one of our guys, he's seen our Allspark Electrical to the customer. So knowing that we have spent a bit of time and money on developing the guys this year, that's nice to hear that, because we're really worried about quality control and making sure that we're putting out, that's one of our selling points, is the quality that we do provide. So that was probably the key takeaway I took away from just this meeting. But yeah, being in a room with everybody, hearing that everyone's going through the same things as we are is comforting. So yeah, it's nice to hear that as well.
Good on you, Carol and Malcolm. Richard, what did you like best?
I just enjoy that everyone can just sort of be open about business. Having a business, it's not something that you can, your friends don't want to hear what's going on within the business. So it's really good to be able to express and understand that everyone is on the same page, and that what we're doing is right, and what everyone else is doing is also right for their business.